Hello, everybody. Wolfgang here. Today is Monday, August 4th. I think it's the 4th. Yep, August the 4th. So, how we all doing? Good, I hope. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We had a good weekend. I grilled out some chicken breast and chicken wings. As a matter of fact, the chicken breasts were so big, I have one left over, and that's what we're going to munch on tonight. I made the wife some chicken wings. She likes her wings. I'm not much of a wing eater. I'll eat them, but yeah, you know. But I like my chicken breast. I'm a breast man. It was a nice day today. I'll tell you what, a lot of people say Monday, it's so slow at work on Monday. I'll tell you what, it went pretty damn fast for me. We start at 7. I'm doing my thing. And I look down at the time just to check the time. And it's like almost 9 o'clock. I was like, holy crap, that went fast because our first break is at 9. But the rest of the day if you stay busy, time does go by a little quicker. But sometimes I don't care how busy you stay, it just seems like it drags. But anyway, let's check on my tomato banana mixture. Now, I put the tomato and a green tomato in a paper bag with a banana because it's supposed to help the green tomato ripen faster. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, it did. Look at that. Go back to my video on Friday. You'll see the same tomato. What did it do to my banana? Oh, that's not too bad. It's ready to eat. We had some green bananas. I should have put a green one in there. But yeah, it ripened up. It's not finished. But I'll leave it out of the bag now. Cat's out of the bag. But the next one, I got another good-sized tomato on the plant, but it's still pretty green. It's about the same size. I think I may just go ahead and take it off the vine and let it ripen that way. Not in the bag, but I'll put it out on the counter and let it ripen. Because I've pulled 2 tomatoes off the plant already that had the bottom rot. They're not as bad as it's not as bad as it was a couple years ago when I grew the tomatoes. They were all messed up. So, but they're doing good. Yeah, this will be ready to eat in a couple of days. Well, you can eat green tomatoes too if you want them, but I like my red tomatoes. So let's get on with breaking news. This has to do with the Democrats. It says Abbott orders arrest of Texas Democrats who fled the state. Lawmakers from Texas have fled the state to prevent a quorum. They're objecting to a redraw voting map that favors Republicans. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has threatened them with removal or arrest. Really? Get off there. Quit. And this is from News Nation. It says Texas Governor Greg Abbott has ordered the arrest of Democrats who fled the state to prevent a redistricting effort by Republicans with removal from the state house. Abbott ordered the Texas Department of Public Safety to locate and arrest the members. The legal justification is a 2021 Texas Supreme Court decision that would allow for the arrest and forced return of lawmakers who leave to prevent a quorum and protest of legislation. I have to look that quorum up. I don't know what that means. Speaker Dustin Burrows just issued a call of the Texas House and issued warrants to compel members to return to the chamber, Abbott said. To ensure compliance, I ordered the Texas Department of Public Safety to locate, arrest, and return to the House chamber any member who has abandoned their duty to Texas or to Texans. This order will remain in effect until all missing Democrat House members are accounted for and brought to the Texas Capitol. Some Texas lawmakers took refuge roughly 1,000 miles away in Illinois, excuse me, to prevent a quorum that would allow the state to, all right, to redraw its voting map. And GOP lawmakers caution Trump, blah, blah, blah. I'm prepared to do everything in my power to hold them accountable because these liberal lawmakers are not above the law. It's imperative that they be swiftly arrested, punished, and faced the full force of the law for turning their backs on the people of Texas, said Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Texas lawmakers have stood firm in their refusal to participate, backed by governors in blue states. And I and my colleagues are determined to not let Trump order Governor Abbott to rig our congressional districts, said Senator Representative Vicki Goodwin. We believe democracy is on the line. Democracy is not on the line. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has voiced his support as lawmakers object to what they say is an underdramatic and racist attempt to redraw the Texas map in order to give Republicans more districts. He's been supportive. He's told us that all options are on the table if Governor Abbott doesn't back down, said Texas State Representative John Busey. While about 57 lawmakers headed to Illinois, others fled to Boston and New York. Holy crap. They just couldn't go a couple states away. Lawmakers who walked out could face a fine of $500 a day for each day of the special session they miss. And party leaders reportedly said they fear the possibility of arrest, which Abbott has threatened. Abbott gave lawmakers until 3 p.m. on Monday to return or risk being removed from the House. The map at the center of the controversy was proposed last week and would give Republicans a larger majority, going from 25-13 advantage to 30-8 split. The map would also split districts to make it difficult for current Democrats to win in areas around Austin, Dallas, and Houston, as well as South Texas. Democrats argue the map is racially biased and targets Hispanic and Black incumbents, which Republicans have denied. What they're really trying to do is drive a spear through the heart of minority representation in this country, said Texas Democrat Chair Kendall Scudder. If they're successful in Texas, they're going to try to do this all across the country. They won't stop until the U.S. Congress is wider than it was before Reconstruction. Oh, really? You got to throw the race shit in there? Texas was once required by the 1965 Voting Rights Act to submit its redistricting plans to the federal government for review because of its history of discrimination. But the U.S. Supreme Court declared in 2013 the requirement was outdated and unconstitutional. The act requires states to have the number of districts in which minority voters can elect a candidate reflect their percentage of the population. The plan creates 5 new districts without any incumbents and sponsoring Republican State Representative Todd Hunter noted that in 4 of them, at least half of the voting age U.S. citizens and minorities, and there would be 10 Hispanic majority districts rather than the current 9. Hunter acknowledged the lines were being redrawn for partisan purposes, which he said is allowed by the U.S. Supreme Court. He said a law firm was consulted as the map was being drawn. Democrats fear the push of redistricting could expand to other states, with the GOP working to redraw district maps to retain power by splitting up districts where Democrat voters are concentrated. Some Democrats have urged blue states to fight back by doing the same, including Illinois, where the state's congressional map has already faced accusations of partisan gerrymandering. In addition to the new map, the current special session is also set to vote on flood relief following a catastrophic flooding in Texas, Hill County region in July. Without a quorum, the Texas House will be unable to pass relief for those affected, something that could come back to bite absent Democrats when it's time for election. So there you go. Abbott's like, get your ass back here, do your damn job, or we're going to arrest you. I mean, could you go to work or call in and say, hey, I just don't feel like coming in today. I don't like what you said. I'm not coming in. It's pretty much what Democrats just did. They don't like what the other side said, so they left the state. They left their post. You leave your post in the military, you know what happens. Anyway, and that was actually breaking news. I saw something about it earlier this morning. But, and this shit's going to go on for a while. I honestly don't think our government's going to change. I really don't. Granted, there are some good people in there. They're not all bad. But it makes you kind of wonder sometimes. Because they go in with good intentions, but then all of a sudden their pockets, this money just starts appearing. And they change. So, anyway, that was a breaking news report from News Nation. I hope everybody has a great Monday, a great evening, and a great week. Blessed be, stay safe, and I'll bullshit with y'all later. Bye.